Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. The Duke of York, 65, breezed in laughing and joking ahead of the ceremony at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, accompanied by ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Meanwhile, the Prince and Princess of Wales took their children to church 120 miles away at Sandringham. Yesterday was the first time that Andrew had appeared in public since the Easter church service last year. He chatted happily with family members in the sunshine and greeted King Charles and Queen Camilla. Experts believe it's significant it comes just weeks after his sex accuser Virginia Giuffre bizarrely claimed to be dying in Australia. Royal expert Phil Dampier said it is now only a matter of time before he fully welcomed back into the fold. He said Charles still loves his brother and he doesn't want him to be completely outcast. He added it was very much a show of family unity. He's not totally out in the cold, but I think it's too early to say it's any kind of comeback for him. He said Andrew is desperate to return and likely feels Ms. Giuffre's latest claims slightly vindicates him. Mr. Dampier believes Kate and William's decision to stay away was not linked to Andrew, but he went on, it is absolutely true to say that William is one of the driving forces behind making sure there's no future for the Duke of York. He doesn't believe he can make a comeback, and there is, I'm told, quite a lot of friction between them. It made it a lot easier, I think, for Andrew that William wasn't there. Andrew and Sarah came by car with Princess Anne and her husband Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence. They then greeted Charles and Camilla after they arrived in their state Bentley. The monarchs then spoke to the Dean of Windsor, Dr. Christopher Coxworth, before waving to crowds. Other royals arrived on foot led by Prince Edward and wife Sophie and their son James, Earl of Wessex. Andrew and Sarah's daughter Princess Eugenie walked beside her husband Jack Brooksbank. Her sister Princess Eugenie, who gave birth prematurely in January, also joined them with husband Eduardo Mapelli Mozzi. Andrew, who was stripped of royal roles over his links to billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, was banned from Christmas with the royals after becoming embroiled in a scandal with alleged Chinese spy Yong Tongbo. Claire Myers-Lamptey, who was there yesterday with her son, said it was really interesting to see Fergie walk in with the Duke of York. That is quite a bold statement. The king wished onlookers a very happy Easter as he left while Camilla thanked a young girl for a posy. Moments later, the other royals emerged, with Princess Anne appearing to use a large umbrella as a walking aid. The Duke and Duchess of York were the last to leave, with Fergie smiling and waving to the cameras before leaving arm in arm with Sophie. Andrew did not respond when onlookers wished him a happy Easter. Royal biographer Ingrid Seward told The Sun, by allowing him back into the fold, Charles is sending an incredibly strong message of, he's my brother, he's innocent of what he's been accused of and I'm sticking by him. If he truly believed Andrew was this sort of depraved person which he's made out to be, there's no way the king would be seen with him in public. I think it's no coincidence Andrew's reemergence comes weeks after Virginia Giuffre's drama surrounding her minor car crash in Australia. This may prove to be an indication of a more harmonious and unified royal family who are putting previous rifts and tensions behind them. The Prince and Princess of Wales were joined at St. Mary Magdalene Church, Sandringham, by their children George, Charlotte and Louis, and Kate's parents Carol and Michael. In the crisp morning air of Easter Sunday, against the storied backdrop of St. George's Chapel in Windsor, an unexpected figure emerged alongside the senior royals, Prince Andrew. Dressed formally in a navy suit and sky blue tie, the Duke of York walked behind King Charles and Queen Camilla, flanked by Princess Anne and Prince Edward. For many watching the live broadcast and poring over photos splashed across social media within minutes, it was a moment of quiet astonishment. Prince Andrew, long absent from public duties, had made a carefully choreographed return to the royal stage. It was a moment as symbolic as it was surprising. The Easter Sunday service is one of the most photographed and public-facing events on the royal calendar outside of major jubilees, weddings, or funerals. For Andrew to attend in such a visible capacity, walking just a few steps behind his brother the king, has been interpreted by royal watchers as a significant move. More than mere family solidarity, it was, some say, a signal. The return of the disgraced Duke. Prince Andrew's fall from grace was among the most dramatic in modern royal history. Once hailed as a dashing war hero and the Queen's favorite, the Duke of York saw his public life implode following his association with disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein and a civil lawsuit brought by Virginia Giuffre, which was settled out of court in early 2022 with no admission of guilt. The royal family swiftly distanced itself. Andrew was stripped of his military titles and patronages and was absent from public royal events, save for rare appearances at family gatherings. The late Queen Elizabeth remained privately supportive, reportedly allowing him to accompany her to Prince Philip's memorial and church services, but with King Charles at the helm, many assumed the door had been firmly shut. Until now. Easter is a day of rebirth, of forgiveness, of hope, says royal commentator Victoria Nash. There's something almost poetic about Andrew choosing this moment to reappear. It wasn't accidental. Nothing about the royal family is accidental. Subtle signals. The staging of the Duke's reemergence was nothing short of masterful. Arriving in the same car as Princess and Andrew was placed in a visual context of seniority, legitimacy, and loyalty. Not tucked away at the back of the procession as an afterthought, but directly involved, walking in plain sight, fully visible to the public and the press. Aides were quick to stress that this was a private family event. The King invited the Duke to join the family at church as he always has on Easter Sunday, a palace source told The Times. This was not a public engagement in the formal sense. But experts are less convinced that it was merely a family affair. Optics matter, and the optics here are deliberate, says Simon Grieve, a historian specializing in British institutions. You don't invite someone who's been exiled from